I Woke Up Somewhere Else, Part 2. Update. First of all, let me just say that I really appreciate the heads up I received in the comments regarding what to expect while imprisoned in this strange new reality. Secondly, I don't believe that this was meant to happen. I won't accept that fate. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get back. Meanwhile, not long after the upload, I hear Trina calling me from the bedroom. I figured I might as well trust her. I mean, she is one of my best friends after all. Well, kind of. Okay, Trina, I came here because I have to ask for your help with something. Something big, I said, sitting down on the bed next to the computer. All right, shoot, what's going on? It was at this point that I blurted out my entire predicament, all the way down to her own alternate self. She blinked. Are you telling me that the multiverse theory is true, and you just popped into this universe, which could technically be light years away from your own, which I am apparently a man in, no less, and virtually impossible to reach, depending on which level we're looking at, by falling asleep to Game of Thrones? I must have looked insane, my hands in the air like a mime and my eyes like golf balls. Yes. Are you making fun of my research again? I know you don't believe in this kind of stuff, but I do. She appeared annoyed. No, I swear to God, trust me, I believe it now. This is really happening, and you're probably the only person I know who can actually help me out. She looked at me for a long time. I've seen you lie before, Dan Rockwell, but not this well. You're not making this up, are you? Trina's eyes burned into mine from behind her glasses. No, I swear. She put both hands to her temples and shut her eyes. Okay, this is pretty intense, she grinned. I love it. All right, Dan, I'm going to ask you some questions, cool? Yeah, fine, ask away. Trina nodded quickly and pushed her hair behind her ears. Are you absolutely sure that the government isn't tracking you? Do you feel like you're being controlled in any way? Are you losing your old memories? I rubbed my eyes tiredly. I have no idea, and I feel fine. All right, she said matter-of-factly. Then I think the best thing for us to do would be to go back to your place and check for any residual energy. You must have phased into this existence somehow, right? We have to investigate this. Yeah, all right, I said, but I didn't notice anything. That's because you weren't using this, she said, rummaging through her computer desk. After a couple of seconds, she pulled out a yellow box-shaped device with a needle gauge. I could tell right away what it was. I had seen it used countless times on those ghost hunting shows. This is an EMF detector, I said sarcastically. Last time I checked, I didn't notice any spirits come out with me. Here we go again, Trina said, whipping her arm up. Mr. Know-It-All, I knew you wouldn't take me seriously. You never do. You came to me for help, remember? I'm just doing the best I can. I'm not exactly experienced in this field, you know. I'm sorry, I repented, sighing deeply. I'm just a little out of it right now. Her anger seemed to fade. She also sighed. Nah, it's fine. Forget it. Let's just see about getting you home. When we finally made it out to my Buick and were driving the 20-minute ride back to my apartment, I decided to break the silence and tension by asking Trina a little more about herself. Since, like I said before, I really didn't know all that much about her. Anyways, I discovered that unlike her alternate self, Troy, who had gotten his degree in computer networking and spent 4 years in tech college, she had decided to skip college altogether and focus solely on her passion, finding the truth. Unfortunately, finding the truth didn't pay well, so she doubled as a night shift temp cashier 3 days a week at the Marathon gas station across town. Speaking of careers, Dan, what are you going to do about work? Dale is going to have a fit. Remember the last time you didn't show up? A puzzled expression washed over my face. Dale? Who's Dale? The only one I know is Dale Stevens, remember? The odd one with the pet tarantula that he brought to school once to prank the head cheerleader Molly Patrickson after she refused to go out with him? Last I heard, he was working as the manager at Blockbuster Video. She turned toward me and laughed. That prank was hilarious. The girls talked about it for weeks in the restrooms. But yeah, that's the one all right. But that crappy video store? No way. He is the manager at Family Video though, and he's also your boss. Haha, very funny. I shook my head in denial. I can't be working for that creep. Yeah, tell that to the last, 6 years you've been there? As I turned the car off on Military Avenue and onto Maplewood Avenue, my head was spinning. This day couldn't possibly get worse, I thought. As we approached the driveway of my apartment complex, however, a ball formed in the bottom of my throat. It could get worse. A lot worse. I slammed on the brakes without thinking. Trina lurched forward and grabbed the dashboard. What the hell, Dan? You trying to give a girl whiplash? Where are we? Are we close? I stared at the tiny driveway in front of me, which led to a metal guardrail with a sign attached to it that read, Dead End. This is it, I stuttered. Now it was Trina's turn to look puzzled. Where? It's just a field, Dan. The tall, wheat-colored grass waved back at us lazily in the wind, and my arms grew numb. There was nothing around for what sized up to be about 2 acres. My entire apartment building was gone.